Alright, now it's time for my favorite part, the gravy. First, you're gonna need to start off with an onion. It should be washed, by the way, peeled and washed. Cut it in half, right? And you're gonna just kind of roughly chop it into small pieces. And yeah, because it's gonna, you can roughly chop it because it's gonna go in the blender. Alright, now after cutting that onion and a lot of tears, my eyes still burn. You're good to go with the onions, and now you're gonna take some tomatoes and chop them up as well. Alright, now I'm gonna cut the tomato. I put my onion there aside. Hi, onion. Alright, you're gonna cut your tomato. I like doing this. I don't know why. And then you're gonna cut it in half. And just cut it into small pieces as well, just like we did with the onions, except a little bit bigger, like this, you know? And I'm gonna do that with this as well, and I'll be right back. Now, you can use the same pan that you cooked your chicken in, but this was like this had a flat edge, not a rounded edge, so I'm gonna use a different pan. But in a pan, you're gonna turn the pan to heat up, and you're gonna put your onions in there. Make sure all of it goes. Here they are. And you're gonna put a little bit of olive oil, or any oil, about a teaspoon and a quarter, another quarter of a teaspoon. Let that heat up a little bit, and then because this is butter chicken, we're gonna add a little bit of butter. But I'm gonna add only a little bit because I'm not a big fan of butter, and it's supposed to be a little healthy. So, yep. So I just added my butter, and this pan came to heat it up, and now I'm just gonna saute the onions around, and yep. Now we're gonna let the onions sweat, and then we're gonna add in the tomatoes, and also we're gonna move the heat to medium once we add in the tomatoes, and yeah. Alright, so now I'm gonna add my tomatoes. Here they are. Slowly put them in there. And then we're gonna put a handful of cashew nuts. Alright, so now I've added my cashews, as you can see. I've added my cashews, and now I'm just gonna keep it on the heat for a little bit. Now that this is fully mixed up, I'm gonna add in some water. I'm gonna add in some water in here. You might want to crank up your heat to like a little bit. And now I'm gonna add the saved up garlic and ginger that we had chopped up, and put it in there. Now that's in there. Now we're gonna put in some salt. About half a teaspoon. And some vinegar if you want. It's not really that necessary. Now I have added in my sugar and my garam masala powder. Now I'm gonna add in a spoon, about a spoon, a teaspoon by the way. Or maybe if you're not that spicy kind, about a teaspoon and a half would be good for you. And yeah, I'm gonna mix it well. And yeah. Now that this is all nice and mixed up, you're gonna let this simmer on low heat for about 10-15 minutes. So that's nice and mushy, and then we're gonna run it to the mixer so that's a nice fine paste.